celebrity worship is somehow even getting, damn, can't read too damn fast. Celebrity worship is somehow getting even more disgusting. Damn. Want some head?
I say you can find out though.
I can find out. Hello? No, but I'm saying I can't say that in public.
But you can find out.
No
hands, I don't care.
I don't even
Yo,
really
she
worship has always had place and space on this channel to be talked about. I think it's a very
You feel
interesting
me?
topic as to how us as normal people, yes, I am still a normal person.
Why is she
goes
so
above
freaky
and
off the
beyond
rip?
for people that we don't know. Could
You
be
can't,
some of the worst
like,
people in the world, could be some of the best people in the
blame
world. But at
niggas
the end of the
for,
day,
you know,
you
all
have
the
no
crimes.
clue who they are. I find
This
example
bitch's
from
fault
Dennis
too.
to be so
They be
interesting
like
because just a
kind
couple
of
months
showing,
ago, as
you
he
know,
was outed for
showcasing
having
that
a
shit
bunch of baby mamas
before.
and babies running around the city and stuff like that. Women and people were so adamant on the internet about this.
They be trying
was
to
good.
showcase
this
the
was
shit
great that
and
people were
like,
exposing.
oh, you
to
can't
Dennis
touch
that
it,
this
but you
would
could
deter
definitely
people
look at
from
my
being
shit.
his next victim,
Bro,
in a
damn.
baby mama
Like,
fiasco.
niggas trying to fuck.
Celebrity worship has always had place and space on this channel to be talked about. I think it's a very interesting topic as to how us as normal people, yes, I am still a normal person, goes above and beyond for people that we don't know. Could be some of the worst people in the world, could be some of the
How
best
about
people in the
bitch just
world,
get
but at the end of the day,
completely
we
out
have
my
no
face
clue who they are.
instead of
I find
like
this example from
halfway
Dennis to be so
ass
interesting
out in my
because
face?
just a couple
right?
months ago, as he was
She
outed
don't
for
wanna
potentially
look
having
at
a
me
bunch of
or
baby mamas and
act like
babies
she,
running
you know?
around the city and stuff like that.
She wanna
Women
act like she
and
not
people
looking,
were so
she not
adamant on
interested
the
or
internet
nothing.
about this was
Damn.
good. This
I
was
can't get
great
shit.
that people were exposing Duke Dennis, that this would deter people from being his next victim in a baby mama fiasco. But there's something that people didn't
That's
factor
not
in.
every
The
girl.
freaked out freak ball woman
It's really
is
just those that
obsessed
be
with celebrities.
so yeah, obsessed
I
with.
give phenomenal head.
No, I don't doubt that, but I'm saying I can't say that. I can't
But
say
you
it.
can find out though.
Huh?
I say you can find out though.
I can find out.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying I can't say that
Let's
in
go.
public. though.
But you can find out though.
Digital footprint looking like it's
Even your parents was
It's
obsessed
so
with
amazing
fucking
how this
celebrities,
person
bro.
is so willing.
Go
and
back to
able
Diddy.
do this while
Hey,
knowing that
they was
she's gonna
sitting,
be
I
on
was
camera,
flying
while
out their
knowing
kids,
this
the
is
Diddy
gonna be
crib,
and while
for a
knowing
bag.
that this has the potential to go viral.
If they
But
could
does
do
she
that
give a
shit,
damn?
they'd
No.
do anything.
Does she
They
care about
suck the
any
nigga-
baby mama
suck the
allegations that
nigga
Duke Dennis
balls
got on his
for
head?
free.
No, because she can't even see clearly enough to not.
That's
say
why I'm
these
trying to get,
things
hey,
on the internet.
it's
It
like, nah.
literally takes Duke Dennis having to tell her that what you're doing is not right. You don't have to go about.
But
doing
that's
things this way.
glaze.
This isn't going to get you where you want to be in life. For her to kind of get some sort of clarity on the situation.
All right, listen. Never again.
You don't gotta be that
I know I'm not
down to,
He's not
you
going to
know
embarrass
what I
you.
mean?
Will you go to anybody?
Well, not it's
Hold
not
on, hear
just
me out.
anybody.
I know
Not just
that. I
anybody,
know
though.
that, but I know that. Hear me out though.
Duke, you gotta.
I know, but listen.
Duke,
Just hear me
you're
out though.
Duke.
But listen,
You're
just
Duke
but just
Dennis.
hear me out though.
Okay, I'm hearing you.
Are
I'm
you,
hearing you.
listen, you hearing me, you ain't listening though.
Okay, I'm listening.
Look, never do that again.
You just touched my titty. I hope you know that.
No, I'm sorry. Never
Don't
do
be
it.
sorry.
I know, but like, never
Yo,
again.
she's like one of those male, like those porn addicts,
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody need to know what you want.
but like
Right.
a
but I
female
don't
though.
Nobody else.
I know until they find out what you work for, and that's when you feel me.
She said, "Duke, you just touched my,
Her name is Armani, by the
bro.
way.
Damn."
Armani, yeah.
Another added layer of embarrassment to that is she did all that without him even knowing her name. She had to introduce herself to him after she had said that his dick and balls could be at the back of her throat.
Hey,
I don't know how.
She didn't smile like that. Like she's never smiled so like wide before. To her parents on a first day of school picture, on a school photo, any of those, man. So damn.
She thinks that that's okay.
Hey, I
Where
think
are her
this is
friends? Where are her
oral.
parents? Now, there's something interesting to bring up in this specific dynamic here. I can't help but notice the
This is oral, bro.
genders in play here. Duke being a man, the young lady Armani.
I could just
the
light your
one
ass
who
up,
is acknowledging that.
and you
she
just
can do
start,
two
like,
hands,
smiling
no
and shit?
hands,
Damn.
One hand, which did Duke go? Did he find out? I think a lot of people would have found out. But the woman in question is indeed a woman. Now, there's something to be said about how women can sexualize male celebrities in a way that is totally normalized and totally acceptable to the general public. It's crazy because this isn't the first time that Duke Dennis has been sexualized like this, to a slap
Hey,
on the
bro.
wrist as a punishment.
It's not just Duke.
Or
though.
Duke.
Like, Duke's just the beginning.
Duke, I'm
But
fucking Duke.
YouTuber, Nobody, everybody knows him. So
Now, while the person interviewing her
It's
had a mouth that was agape,
it's more
and
personalized,
I definitely made
I
my
guess.
comments on it because that was strange at the time. I don't know why people think
Not
that's
like,
okay. For the vast majority of people, they think that stuff like that is okay. Sexualizing male celebrities is perfectly normal. Something to do in public, something for, you know, common folk to talk about on the internet. And there are a subsection of people that think these people are degenerate. But celebrity
YouTubers,
worship
they'll like
and
the
way
person
that
for them,
people view
you know,
men
more
as
personal,
like sex
bro.
objects that should not have their feelings considered has gone
When you got
to
the celebrities,
extremes of
it's more
extremes.
about their
I can
like
only think of two
status,
different
and money and
instances
shit.
where Meg Thee Stallion had a meet and greet and a man walked up to her and grabbed her buttocks and saw the reaction behind something like that versus the reaction for Chris Brown and this specific photo. And actually in the Meg Thee Stallion comments, people are coming to Meg's defense and saying that, hey, this is totally weird and disgusting. But in the Chris Brown one, those comments are for all of us. And speaking of the Chris Brown meeting,
Like Chris
this
Brown,
is a
bro,
perfect
that nigga-
example as to why celebrity worship has gotten totally
He
out of
hit the
hand.
bitch
Women
and
are
then
losing their
still
minds
gets
left,
hoes,
right, and
man.
sideways.
Hey, I
For
think
somebody
that's
who, for all
top
intents
tier.
and purposes, has a bunch of allegations and past
Or
history on his jacket. But these people, like in the Duke Dennis situation,
you can
similarly,
get mad as
not
shit.
same allegations,
Get the
are
bitch
willing
scared.
to get these things
No,
out
I'm
of
sorry,
their
I'm sorry, I'm
mind,
sorry,
say
baby, I'm sorry,
whatever
baby.
the case may be.
Then
for
she
these
chilling.
situations, just say fuck these situations totally because
Like,
they are
damn, bro.
enamored with somebody that they ultimately do not know because they have some sort of talent. Willing to spend $1,000, $1,111 to be exact, to get a picture with somebody that you do not know, just for him to imitate taking your panties off or pretend as if he's the baby daddy in a baby reveal type
that
of
meet and
situation.
greets?
Those are pictures that you would
Those
take with the father of your
freaky-ass
child,
meet
not
and
some
greets,
sort of
bro.
celebrity. Is totally insane. For some reason, people are willing and able to abandon all logic, wits, sense, and even common sense, hell, for their favorite celebrity. I've seen videos of the Chris Brown meet and greets and his stage performances with the different women that he has on stage. It looks nasty to me. Quickly, what separates Chris from like a Bonnie Blue in this situation? And not that I'm putting 100,000% of the blame on Chris Brown here. He does hold some blame because he does play into these sexualized situations and conversations, but that'll never be
This shit never
justification
gets
for
old.
if something goes bad on one of these tours. But as somebody who is a willing participant in the debauchery, are you not thinking about your own health, safety, and well-being? Like, I'm not even saying inherently he's dirty, but if he did this for 40 shows before your show, are you taking any sort of tests? Like, there's nobody thinking properly here. This person could be mouth burning. And nothing wrong with being mouth burning, but hey, let me protect myself at least. I shouldn't just be doing this just because it's my favorite celebrity. So let me get this straight. People throw away their public image and their public appearance for these celebrities. People throw away their health, safety, and well-being for these celebrities. And I would hope that this
Health
isn't the
safety
case,
is
but
crazy.
I'm willing to be wrong. They're willing to throw away their relationships for their celebrities. Now, we've all had these conversations at the lunch table.
Relationships.
What if your girl was at the Chris Brown concert?
I got one question. This your girl. What you doing to her? You staying or leaving?
Bro, I'm not doing nothing to her, bro.
A tale as
Leaving her,
old as
bro.
time. What happens if you get pulled up onto the stage with a Glorilla, with a Cardi B, with a Meg Thee Stallion, and they twerk the life out of you? Maybe that's the closest way that I can make it for the men in this conversation, because I don't think we're allowing any of those women to choke us. And maybe if that's what you're into, but they wouldn't even do that. But that was always supposed to stay a lunchroom hypothetical. You know, group chat talk. Things to talk about at a party or whatever the case may be. Something for the hee-hees and the ha-ha. But when it becomes real life and people are putting their real life relationships on the lines for celebrities, that's where the line gets drawn.
This girl
Are we
took a
just talking
picture
about
with Chris
girls
Brown
or-
at Chris Brown's
or
meet and
niggas
greet,
too?
and her
'Cause niggas be doing the same
boyfriend
shit.
ends up breaking up with her. Let's see the boyfriend's response. He finally responded.
Well, I'm the boyfriend, but of course I broke up with her. But she don't want to mention that she was cheating before we even ran into this problem. The Chris Brown thing was the icing on the cake. And as far as Chris Brown go, these light-skinned, you know what? Shania, do not get on the internet and try to act like, oh, you don't need me. You don't need me. You needed me when you moved to my house. You needed me when I
Yeah,
had to
they'll
co-sign
use
on
you
the car
and
for
then,
you. You needed
basically
me then, but then you go meet Chris
try
Brown,
to
and I broke
scout
up with your
on some
cheating ass.
shit.
And the
Like,
main
bro,
reason that
you're
I broke up
not
with you is
Steve
because
Kerr.
you've been cheating. This
You're
Chris
not the
Brown thing
coach
is
of
just
the
extra
Lakers.
bullshit that I've been dealing with since I met you.
At that point, you just
You're
don't give
just
a damn about anything that
a
goes
bitch
on in your
out.
life. Not
I end
only
up
are you
fucking
willing to risk your relationship ultimately for it to end, but now you don't even got a home. You homeless, and you about to be carless. You don't even have a car no more. You put a good man out to the curb for one night of pleasure, and not even pleasure, because
Damn.
I don't think Chris
That's
Brown
true.
smashed you. It
One
was
night
just a
stand
simple
for-
picture. It
for
wasn't
your
like this
nigga.
other guy who had his girl being humped on
And no
stage by
date.
Chris Brown.
Like, you can get no plate or no like person, nothing. Like, no gifts, man.
But you just did that for a picture with Chris Brown, an embarrassing
Scammed.
one at that. Why can't they just take regular pictures and potentially hold hands, throw up a peace sign, Black Power fist, even just
But
a
I guess
simple
time to
hug?
find a
Why do
new
they have to go over
boyfriend
the
or
top
something.
because of this celebrity that they're so infatuated with? And when we talk
That's
about
how it
going
be for the
over the
hoes.
top, it's one thing to have a one-night experience going to see a celebrity and getting a little carried away in the
Nigga, hell
audience,
no,
shouting the
man.
name, throwing the underwear, etc.
Why I gotta find a girl if
probably wouldn't pick
the
that
girl's
underwear up
going?
because I don't know where it's
All these
being
girls
used from,
going.
but
I
nonetheless,
gotta find a
that's
girl.
one thing. But dedicating your whole 180-day classroom to this
is,
specific
like,
artist
the easiest
seems
time
to
to-
be a little
to hit
over your
some
time.
shit,
I
my
know a
nigga.
lot of y'all saw the Chris Brown classroom from last week, and it honestly rubbed me the wrong way. I could only think of it from the perspective of if I was a parent and I walked into this classroom, whether it be math, science, social studies, history, whatever the case may be, and this teacher had the lights dimmed, purple string lights going, all these Chris Brown albums on the wall, calling it the Lit Lounge, and playing Chris Brown's Take You Down while my kids are trying to learn at 8 in the morning. She said the classroom was overstuffed as well. So do y'all know what that looks like? Do y'all know what it is like to be at a classroom with 40 people listening to Take You Down by Chris Brown? Mind you, there was a dance that went with this song that is totally inappropriate for kids. So just put yourself in the frame of mind of walking into the classroom and hearing it.
I wanna take you down. I really wanna
Take you down.
Show you what I'm about. Can I take you down?
Isn't that just
They
the
was playing
strangest
that
thing to
in the
see? Whether you
class,
be a
bro.
teacher or whether you be a student, I would be concerned like hell. Hell, it's no wonder that America is lagging behind when it comes to education. Students are more worried about Chris Brown because the teachers are more worried about Chris Brown and the damn education system as opposed to the actual education.
So I just seen a TikTok from a teacher named Miss Leggett who got a Chris Brown theme classroom, English classroom, not even a music classroom, just theming her classroom Chris Brown, which is a known abuser.
They treating
Whether
Chris
you
Brown
the fact
like
he's
one
a
of
known
the
abuser, whether you
Avengers.
believe it or not, he's a known abuser. And then had Tory
And then bring him in the
Rich the Kid's
classroom.
baby mama,
Oh,
fiance,
it's a great
calling,
example for your
Rich the Kid's
kids.
the best, and then you calling it the Lit Lounge?
He hits all the
What does
bitches.
He be saying, have we strayed? What are we
Equal
doing?
rights.
Not the many poets, not the many essayists, not the many writers that we have in American history who could and should potentially be looked up to. No, you have a celebrity on the wall. You have celebrities.
Horrible
calling
example,
into your
my nigga.
classroom.
You coulda
have
brought
a
me.
Lit Lounge.
You coulda brought
There's some
me,
studies
they
out
would've
there
been
that show
straight.
that being addicted to
Nigga,
celebrities,
damn, you
creating
brought
these
nigga
stan
Chris
accounts,
Brown.
being parasocial with them, just being
And how much you
overall
paid?
obsessed
You
and
lost.
worshiping
You
these
lost
celebrities
out
is a
so
sign of
bad.
low
Whatever
intelligence.
school
And
was that?
based off of what's going on
Whatever
in
school
politics today,
that was,
mainstream
bro.
media today, hell, non-mainstream media today, the internet culture as a whole today, we can see that there are a lot of low intelligence people who have an unnecessary allegiance to a bunch of different celebrities. And you would think that it would change because what seems to be on a weekly or at
Fucked up
least
the
monthly
kids,
basis in
lost money.
2025 is that some celebrity that somebody loved is being outed for being some sort of bad person, but that's not really changing anything. These people don't give a damn about that. I wonder what it would take for these people to actually, champion people in their fields, people that are actually beneficial to their lives and don't just give them that entertainment factor. But until then, we're gonna have classrooms themed like this, people taking their panties off at meet and greets like that, and women saying that they are ready, willing, and able to suck Duke Dennis's meat slab on film. That's just so crazy.
But you can find out. Look, no hands,